Okay, you should have audio now. Let me just double check here one more thing before I... Yeah, I think that should be good. All right, let me know if you can hear me now. Ethan, I know you're a little bit behind, but I'm guessing you can because it looks like I can. So yeah, we will get rid of capture 2. I don't need 2 of them. Okay, so we should be good. Okay, thank you, Ethan. So I'll start over. Hey fam, Swati Konkrat P-Nick here. First and foremost, I want to thank you for joining me. After all, this channel was created by me, yes, but for you, and I wanted to do things differently. So for anyone and everyone joining, I want to thank you because, again, it's designed for you. That said, I've changed my format recently, so because of my long unscheduled hiatus, which I went over on my live stream on Monday. So starting going forward on Sundays, I will have a live stream unboxing of the device of the week or the device of the 2-week situation, depending on what it is. Of course, this bad boy was unboxed, sorry about the jiggle, on Monday. I've been playing around with that a bit already, of course, and it's been a lot of fun. But so we'll do that on Sundays moving forward at 7 p.m. Thai time, and then on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Thai time, we will either have a live stream like we are today, or I'll do a recording depending on what it is. So, for example, next Wednesday I'll do a recorded the Battle Royale of the cheap handhelds. I've decided I'll do it that way. So today we'll do the teardown of the TrimUI Smart Pro S, the button upgrade, as well as comparing the stock OS versus CrossMix OS. And to be fully transparent, this was provided by TrimUI, but they did not ask for this to be created. But the purveyors at Mech DIY did ask me if I would like to check out CrossMix OS on the Smart Pro S. So they sent this to me at no cost to me, just asked me to create a video about it. So that's what I'm doing today. But no money was exchanged, no opinions were asked of me, just for me to give an honest video of it. So that's what we're doing today. So it'll, and like I say, either on Wednesdays we'll either have a live stream like today, where we'll be going over the device of the week, or we will be going over that, going over some specialty video. But now that I think about it, because this Friday or this Saturday we will be doing the review of the Magic X 135. Yeah, so maybe Monday I'll have to ask the Discord server what they prefer. So one Monday or a Sunday or Monday I'll create the Battle Royale video, and then the other one, of course, will be the device of the week live stream for this, because I want to be able to do a device of the week live stream every chance I get. It's just sometimes I'm doing devices for 2 weeks, like this. If they warrant 2 weeks, they get 2 weeks. If they're a cheaper device, they'll get 1 week. That said, welcome. I appreciate you coming in live here, and I hope that Ethan, I hope that the Digi Osmo Action 6 with its macro lens looks great on your TV. I always ask during my live streams, what are you going to have while we watch? So today I'm going to be having strawberry lemon soda, 0 carb from 7-Up. And yes, I am in fact in Thailand, so yes, that is what that is what strawberry lemon soda looks like in Thai. So we'll go ahead and have that. And apportionated, I know you're on the Discord server under a different name, but either way, I thank you for being here as well. So let's try this strawberry soda from 7-Up. Tastes pretty good. Doesn't taste like those 0 carb drinks that I used to get in Canada. What were they called? I can't remember. No, it's been a couple years. But they always had like a burst flavor for like 1 second, then it tasted like water after that. This tastes pretty good. All right, so I want to go ahead and do a winner. So let's go ahead and do a winner here. So let's bring that up. And okay, and then I have added the two new, well, actually, last week I had already added the newest member to the channel and server, N20, who's also in Thailand. So if you're watching N20, Swati Krap, that's Thai for hello, and goodbye too, but I'm saying hello, of course. And then Hyperplay Handhelds and Reese, I'm guessing is how you say your name, just joined the Discord server in the last 24 hours. So I've added you both here. Now, as is my tradition, I like to shuffle the names 3 times. Okay, we are shuffled. And then I like to minimize it just to make it so the wheel is the center of attention. All right, and let's see who wins. All right, Tukor, or Turkwar, not sure how to say their name, but congratulations. I will reach out to you to see what you'd like to win. If you're watching, just comment down what you'd like. On the Discord server, I do have a specific channel with the options that you can choose. Try to keep things as easy as possible for everyone. All right, now, of course, Tukor is the winner here, but at the same time, I do want to shout out Ethan, who was letting me know that there's no audio here. Because I was trying to connect my Digi mic to the Digi camera, and I didn't know if I needed to have the audio separated out or if I could just get it from the Digi. Apparently, I need to have it separated out, so now I know. So Ethan, you're one of the OG subscribers, so I want to thank you. John, who has won but chose not to actually win, also is one of my OG subscribers, and Axel is also one of my OG subscribers. I want to give him a shout out. Axel is from Germany, Ethan is from Australia, and John is from the US. So started off with a diverse group of subscribers to begin with, and I appreciate each of you guys for choosing to be with me from the very beginning. So I wanted to start with the case. Why? Because I think TrimUI does some of the best OEM cases you can get. So you have this nice handle, and if you want to put something on there, of course you can. I love the little appeal of having the SNES type of controller to pull on for your zipper. And the zipper is nice and clean. Now again, TrimUI did provide this to me at no cost, but they never asked me to talk about the accessories. They just said, hey, would you like some accessories? So 100% unbiased opinion. And then when you lift it up, I love that if you want that strap, it comes with the strap that you can put on that little circle there, or put your charging cable in here. Nice, and it's zipped so it's away from everything. And then they have this nice little screen protector. Pop this up. Now, not only is this nice, but let me slide that up. This Velcro also lifts up your device. They did this for this TrimUI brick hammer and TrimUI brick as well. I just think that that is really great, and it's a nice felt feel. So as far as OEM cases, nice hard case, I think they make the best. So if you've never owned a TrimUI, never bought one of their cases, they make some great cases. Or have their supplier make great cases for them, whichever way you want to think of it. Let me grab my AYN felt bag here to clean the screen, because it already has some fingerprints here. So I made sure to have this charged up. Now, I know in the description I said first we'll do the teardown, but I decided to change it up and do the software first because, well, what if I destroy my device? Then I ruin half of the video. So let's look at the stock OS first, and then I will break out our CrossMix OS SD card and give that a try. So this device is under $100, so it will be in my battle royale for the value or budget under $100 handhelds released at or near, or released in 2020 2026 or towards the end of 2025. So with the stock, you do get the RGB lighting lit up. Wow, that sounds like an awesome TV, Ethan. So you do get RGB, but it's kind of system dependent. You don't really get to fiddle around with it. You do get a nice quiet 4-way D-pad. You do get start and select, of course. Some really nice sounding stereo speakers, especially for the sub $100 price range. And the menu button. Now up here you do get a home button, which I'll show in a second, in case you're new to this device. Volume up and down. And you see we do have 2 USB-C ports. So this is the DC, so this is what you charge it with. Again, this is a slow charging device. Don't use your phone's fast charger. Use something from 15 years ago, or use the USB port on your computer. Or if you have a USB port on your wall adapter that you plug in things into, but you can plug the USB directly into it, then you could use that. This host is for like secondary controllers. So if you want to consoleize your device, you can buy a little stand on Etsy so it's sitting up, plug in the charger here, and have a wired controller here at the same time, and make your device a nice little console. All right, so let's take a look at the home button. What does the home button do? Kind of acts like the slight swipe down from the top quick action that you get on Android. So you can change your screen brightness. If I push the right button, that always helps. So, yeah, you can see that good. Okay. Change your volume, turn on and off your LEDs, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. You can change your fan if you want it, because it does have active cooling. So if you want to change that from auto to on, for example, you can. You can see what your temperature is. So it's a nice little guy. I appreciate that we get that option. They've tried making it like Android for us in that regard. So you start off on your bests. So for example, they've added a lot of Castlevania games to the bests list. Bomberman, if you're into Bomberman, classic games, Earthbound, Famicom multi-cartridges. Famicom, of course, is the Japanese name for the original Nintendo. Fire Emblem, and nostalgic games, and that's also Famicom game cartridges there. Then you can press R2 to go over to your consoles. Just keep going, and you can see all of your consoles. I like that. So they don't get big red, the makers of the secret console. A little upset with them. They put the N backwards, and for the N64, they put bit after N64 on their little logo. And you do get some themes. You can edit things, of course. If you add games, you can refresh your ROMs list. All right. Then we can come over to ports. Now this is where some people take offense to this. I understand if you're new to the handheld hobby. I could see you also appreciating it. You do get Balatro, Stardew Valley, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, Diablo Hellfire, GTA 3, GTA 3 Vice City, Celeste. And these are ports that they have included out of the box, as well as 2048. So again, some people take offense to that. I understand if you are one of those people. But again, I think that it's nice to be able to have stuff like that if you're new to the hobby. Now you do have a function button here. You'll see it's labeled as FN. Yeah, there we go. And it's a sliding button, but you can go in, thanks to their software, and you can choose what do you want it to do. You can see right now I can currently change my CPU performance mode, but I can put it in silent mode, quiet mode, turn off the LEDs, or the RGB. You can make it a turbo button. So if you know the game you're playing will require that you press L1 rapidly all the time, that way you can press that and then press L1, activate your turbo. So I'm glad that they give us these options. Not bad compared to a lot of, remember this is a Linux-based device, this isn't Android-based. So the fact that they've gone this far to give us this type of customizability is really unusual for Linux-based software. So I appreciate that they've given this to us. Let's exit back on out. Well, you might want to get a drink before too long if you have too many of those, Ethan. But yeah, so you can save videos on here, of course, if you want to, save pictures if you want to, absolutely. If you want to put ebooks on here, put ebooks on here. And this can be your one-stop shop, so you can play MP3s, look at pictures of your friends and family, and read, you know, maybe you want to read a Harry Potter book on ebook on this guy. It's a nice 4.96-inch screen, basically 5-inch screen. So by all means, you have that option. And then, of course, you also do have Moonlight, which is also abnormal. I'm sorry, that was MP3. But anyways, Moonlight. So again, another abnormal addition for Linux. Most Linux-based devices do not give you Moonlight, which allows you to stream PC games from your PC directly onto here. So your PC is doing all of the work, but then Moonlight is broadcasting the image, and it's recognizing your controller inputs and sending it back to your computer. So really awesome that we get something like that on a Linux-based device. TrimUI does a great job there. And NetPlay, I haven't done any NetPlay. Then we can get into settings, where we can, of course, go over those other options. Hotspot, I don't know how you have a hotspot on this device, but sure. You do have, of course, themes that you can change it. I changed mine because red is my favorite color and the color of my favorite team, so we went with that. Key mapping, of course, you can do key mapping, change what's on your homepage, and then finally, you can get into your system. You can change the language if you want to, time and date, factory reset it if you want, developer, hardware tests, calibrations. Lots of really good stuff that they give us out of the gate that is pretty customizable. Now, I haven't seen what CrossMix OS is. I know it's an updated, refined version of this. So let's take a look at that now. So first thing, of course, we want to turn it off. So then I have to grab the Pijo special box cutter here for our box, or our bag, rather. And they've protected it with some cardboard. All right. So they give us some after-sales support. Okay, so they give you instructions. Appreciate that. Now you can see it's just a memory card, which is really awesome. So we should be able to there we go. Oh, there we are. So they sent me a SanDisk with 256 gigabytes. Well, what came with my device? Let's find out. So you can see this is their 64 gigabyte card. And they are one of the few Chinese OEMs that actually make the USB port where you put the graphic side up. Most of them, for some reason, have you put the graphic side facing down. Okay. And the nice thing about CrossMix is, that's all it is. Just change out your card. Ah, okay. I will have to change that setting. Like I say, I didn't realize I had that setting all the way set up, but we'll get that changed for future live streams. No, I haven't done the surgery because I wanted to be able to test out this first in case I break the device. So we'll do that second. I know I had said I would do it first, but I decided to put it off until I'm able to at least test the software to be able to do this part. since the guys at Mech DIY were kind enough to send it to me, I figured I might as well make sure that I can do the software test first. Yeah, the guys at Mech DIY use name brand cards, whether you're buying CrossMix or another OS or custom firmware from them with the device at the time you buy it, or if you buy it standalone like this card, you get a name brand card from the guys at Mech DIY. So, okay, let's see here. So you can see it's currently extracting new firmware version 1.0.1. I think it's good to be able to see the process and know it. And you can see here CrossMix OS. Okay, please restriction right. Power off your device. Hold volume down and power together. Release both buttons when the green progress bar appears. Okay, so let's follow that instruction. Volume down and power. So volume down is here and power is here. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. And sorry you're seeing the reflection of everything happening there. I figured out how to do it on recordings, now I have to figure out how to do it on live streams where that screen turns off. I think because it's webcam mode, it has to stay on because its idea is that you might be looking at the camera like as a selfie type of orientation. So if that is the case, I'm sorry. Yeah, it feels wrong putting the micro SD card upside down. I fully agree, BrainBeat. I mean, I've owned and reviewed, what? I've probably reviewed 30 or so last year, and the vast majority of them are that way. It still feels wrong to put it upside down. So let's let the progress bar fill up here, and we'll put the little 64 card here. I think at least they put a nice little graphic here. These are the memory cards you can buy from TrimUI on their website, and they do have various sizes. So we'll put that one there. Put the OG memory card right there. Yeah, I had more people requesting this to be a live stream, also BrainBeat, so that's why we're doing a live stream, because again, my channel is for my audience, you included, of course, but that's the idea of the channels, it's for the audience. So more people suggested that they wanted to see this at least as a live stream, so they could see if I make a mess of myself live, I guess. So should be interesting. All right, we got the TrimUI logo here. You can see you do have an RGB light down here at the bottom. This will also light up red when you're charging it, and when your device is fully charged, it turns green. Again, a nice touch by TrimUI. I like that they do the little things. So Ethan, how does the video quality look on your TV? All right, we're up. So let's take a look here. So we start off with best like we did with the other. Free games collection, all right. So we got best vertical shoot 'em ups, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, Zelda, Sonic Classic Collection, Super Mario Collection, best demo collection. Quite a little collection there. Let's take a look here. As a Canadian, most Canadians would say Mario versus Mario. So Super Mario Collection. Oh, Okay, then it asks you what console do you want to look at in the subfolders. Okay. I mean, yeah, if you're in the mood for something Super Mario, Atari 2600. Ah, Donkey Kong. Yes, I did own this Donkey Kong. The first consoles that my family owned, my dad got them, I believe, at the same time from like a thrift store, like Cashies in Australia, and we got an Atari 2600 and an original NES. So we did have Donkey Kong as part of that collection. Like that, we do have the box art here, so that's nice. Let's go back. Cowabunga edition. Let's go into there, see. I'm guessing it's just all of the ZX Spectrum, huh? All right, 1990. Again, I'm glad we get a nice little thumbnail. We get the box art. Kind of nice. Back. Let's see here. Famicom, of course, again, you have to know, is the original Nintendo in Japan. Okay, I wish they weren't so kind of transparent. I wish they were more opaque, but I get that. But yeah, those were some of my loves growing up, is these two Turtles, TMT and TMT2, the arcade game, were my absolute favorite Turtles games growing up. You can see we got RGB going green here on us. Nice. All right. I know some people are big Zelda fans, so let's see what we got for Zelda. Interesting, that one didn't make the cut for a thumbnail. But The Legend of Zelda. I never owned it, but I had friends that I borrowed their golden cartridge and the Adventures of Link. Yep. All right, good stuff. So off the hoof, it does come out looking pretty nice. Okay, I do like that we are able to see what the controllers look like. And yes, that was the Atari 2600, was a central joystick with a single button. We got some Amiga CD, Commodore 64. Okay. Channel F. I was just watching a video on the Channel F. The Channel F came out in the 70s and was the first game system that released with cartridges. There were some that had game carts that looked like a credit card almost, but having a proper cartridge, the Channel F, the Fairchild Channel F, was the first game console with an actual cartridge. We got DOS. Did we get DOS? Did we get Oregon Trail? That would be awesome if we got Oregon Trail. We did get Civilization 1. No Oregon Trail. If you know, you know. In North America, we loved having Oregon Trail. That was one of my favorite games to play at school. All right, Dreamcast, good. DS, Game Boy. Of course, I love that they tried keeping it the same height, so the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, they had to turn on their sides. The Nintendo Game & Watch, the Famicom. So you can see the Famicom wasn't just different than the NES. It had different controllers, a different color scheme, and actually the wires that ran to the console were attached to the console. You couldn't detach the controllers, which would have been a problem growing up if we had that in North America, because one of my good friends, Steve, let's just say he liked to throw controllers, so if it had been attached, he would have destroyed it. And there's the Master System that happened before the Genesis, the Intellivision. And again, the Genesis is what we called it in North America because Mega Drive was already trademarked by another company, so Sega couldn't get permission to do that. The Mega Duck. Who couldn't want the Mega Duck? So you can see we do have a lot of options here. N64, there we go. There's the NES controller that most of us know and love. We even get PC Engine CD. And then we get Neo Geo Pocket, we get Neo Geo, and Neo Geo Arcade. We do get some 60 PSP games. Wow. So you can see some of them they don't have it. So it doesn't look like that we have PC Engine games on it. They've just made it so we can add them ourselves. No. Okay, maybe I have to go into it? Interesting. All right. So I don't know if I like that part of it, where to see how many games I have to go into it first. But then I do it and it shows it. Interesting. Scanning games. They probably have 1,000 or 1,500 NES games on here. Let's see, what questions do we have? No, that's funny about your camera brain beat. I would guess that it is from Portmaster. But again, this is my first time you saw me cut open the package, so I don't know for certain. And man, they are taking forever to scan games for the NES. The others with like 300 games were almost instantaneous, and this is really taking its time. I'm not liking that so much. And I do hear a slight background music. I'm sure I can turn that off. But I'm stuck without powering it off. Okay, I'm sorry, NES. Okay, there we go. Of course, right as I'm going to turn it off. All right, so back. Yeah, 4,230 games. I don't know about that. Neo Geo Pocket Color, or yeah, that's still the Pocket. Okay, then we got PSX, which again drives me nuts that they call this PSX, which is the PS1, because Japan actually had a Japanese exclusive version of the PS2 that actually had a TV tuner and a DVR functionality built into it that they called the PSX. So kind of drives me nuts that they did that, but everybody does that. Then we have ports, Sega Saturn, the Supervision, videos, Virtual Boy. I was wrong in a previous video. The Virtual Boy, I'd forgotten about it there for a bit, was actually the first console that I had ever owned. That was actually exclusively mine. So we have ZX Spectrum, the Wonder Swan Color, which is also a very strange looking handheld. Do you see that? That's just a really weird looking handheld. What do we have for videos? TV. Oh, okay. Extracted TV. Interesting. I don't want to go into that because I'm afraid I'll get some copyright. But yeah, so lots of options here. Let's find out what this home button does. So similar, we get to the CrossMix logo here, and we can pause, play any videos or music. So if you're listening to MP3s, you can do that. You can turn on your Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. Now, of course, you'll see I did have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi turned on the other version, of course, but that's because that's a different firmware. Of course, we do have LED control. Like the other one, we have volume and backlight. We can change the power performance of the CPU. Night mode enabled. Oh, okay, I see. Fast forward, kill switch. All right. So we can see all of this information here. So if you're nerdy like me, you might enjoy that kind of stuff. All right, let's go on. Function key setting. Is it different than what it was on the other one? Let's find out. Night mode, LED, off. And again, if I set that, for example, then it would just be the toggle. One way turns it on, one way turns it off. Did they add anything? Nope. Kept it pretty straightforward, pretty vanilla there, which is still great because it's still a lot of information. Again, we still have moonlight, pictures, video, Let's see, did they actually add any video? I don't know, let's go back. Yeah, let's quit that. But nice, you can save MP4s and watch them on your device if you want. All right, so we still have boot logo. So I could put my Phoenix logo here if I want to, which is one thing I did on the previous, on the original TrimUI Smart Pro. So we do get port master. So again, you're probably right. Brainbeat, DOS is probably via port master. Music over-the-air updates. So the nice thing we can get there, can boot into RetroArch if you want to. Scraper. So again, you can scrape your stuff if you want. Here's another thing you can't do on the other one, but you could on the other one. Enable Smart LED, run Smart LED daemon. I just want to try it. We're gonna oh, okay, now we got some racing RGB. And you can choose how you want it to be. I think that's really awesome. So let's just go back with our racing around RGB. All right, system tools. What do we got for system tools? Controls. Okay. All right. Themes. We can change our themes up. Theme packs. So you can change how everything looks. Maybe seeing the controls isn't your thing. Maybe this is your preferred look. Applying burst theme. Boy, that's rotating really fast. And this camera does definitely pick it up better than the others. I don't think it's crashed. It's just taking its time. Okay, there we go. So let's go back here. Let's take a look. So see, I now have like the logos of the consoles. And of course, Capcom is arcade systems, but yeah, so you can see it now looks different. So I'm glad we get that. And then if we go all the way over, then we get D-pad and themes, again, key mapper, confirmation button. I want that to be B because for me it just feels good to be B. So there we go. Can change your home page, go into proper settings. So there we go, that's so much better. All right, I'm already happy with A being the enter button. Just seems so much better for me. And I'm glad that they still put the TrimUI logo on there, doesn't have to be CrossMix. Oops, you get used to it. Let's see here. And then you can choose these ones as well. Let's try Cozy. I think I went too far back. It's crazy to even see this one, like, going crazy. So yeah, I mean, have to give it to them. They've done a great job here. Before I do a teardown, anyone want to see any particular consoles or particular game tried out using their card? Since I know there's going to be a bit of a delay, I'll give you like 30 seconds while I get a drink. Does that work? A little bit. But I don't like it. Too bright. So, aside from my crazy RGB lighting, yeah, it's, the Canadian pronunciation does sound like Mario. There's a Canadian, North American Italian restaurant called Eastside Mario's. That's what, if you watch their ads, they'll be like, Eastside Mario's. I always loved the American pronunciation. It just sounds better, Mario. But I don't always follow the conventions. Like Canadians do use the letter Z most of the time, but if they say something like XY, they'll usually say XYZ, not XYZ. So interesting, but I always preferred Z just because it sounds like a letter, and Z sounds like a word. And let me know, while also I'm waiting for one of you guys to come up with either a console or a specific game you want to see me try. Let me know what you think. I think that CrossMix OS really looks, really adds some functionality to it. All right, so we got Gradius 3 on SNES. All right, so let's go back. Super Nintendo. Give it a moment here because there's probably another 2,000 or so SNES games. Okay, there we are. So we do get some hacked games, some modern games, others, some with translations. All right, so let's go Gradius G. Do I have Gradius on here? Went too fast. I do actually have it on here. Hey. All right. So your wish is my command. I should be able to turn up the volume. I like that I can see the volume level as well. I can't imagine this would be copyright protected, so I guess I'll find out. All right, let's try this one. So you can use either the stick or the D-pad, whatever you prefer. And I love having our flexibility here. Oops, died. Going back to Brain Beat's most recent comment, I crashed, yes. I know it wasn't about this game, but still works out well. Oops. I am apparently not a pro. That should come as a surprise to no one. I believe I played this at my older sister's husband's house whenever he was her boyfriend. I believe Charlie had this game. Game over. So I'm not that great, but you can see they already have the filters on there and everything to make it look like an old school CRT TV. I think this is pretty cool. Let's try, okay, press the menu button, then we can exit the game. Advanced menu, I believe advanced menu is going back into RetroArch. So there we go. Yeah, Mech DIY did a really good job with this, and even had the game you wanted me to play, so that worked out well. So like I say, it's not a complete overhaul of the stock OS. It's not something completely new. It's a refinement of it and an enhancement of it, and in that regard, they did pretty well. Any others that you want to see played before I turn this off and then we start the surgery that you've all been waiting for? See if old Peanic destroys his handheld. Now, I will say, while I'm waiting here, the buttons, the nice thing is TrimUI offers these on their website for about $10, and I did spend my own money. I didn't talk to them and ask them, hey, can you send this to me as part of my review? I just wanted to do it myself. And then Mech DIY reached out about this, so it just happened to coincidentally work out pretty well. But again, for $10, you can change the button color if you want, which for me, I want the whitish kind of gray ones because my favorite sports team uses red and white as their colors. So that's why I went with that. And if I remember correctly too, I'm thinking about it, I have the ads set to appear during times of low interaction. So the more you guys comment, the less videos you'll see. So think of it that way. When you're watching it live, the more, I think that was the setting I set it up. Low interaction is when they'll show videos, ads, and if you are interacting with the video a lot, then they'll show less. Okay, so I know there's a delay, so from my perspective, I'm going to give you another 10 seconds to suggest another game or another console. All right, that 10 seconds is up, so I will turn it off and we'll start the operation. Hopefully, I'll still have a functioning device shortly. All right, so let's take a look at what they've sent me. Again, I have no idea if they sent me what I actually ordered. That'd be pretty hilarious if they sent me what I did not order, sent me the wrong buttons. All right, so that's everything in my bag. Toss that in the trash can. Nice little TrimUI logo here. Okay, I can see all of the little buttons. Okay, so no tools, so you have to make sure you have your own tools. Good to know. Now, because of my previous operations, I have my own tools. All right. So we'll move these guys up here for now. I like this one because it has the magnet on the screwdriver. Okay. I imagine all of the screws are the same, but I like to still organize them where they came from. Always just a best practice, as I learned from watching other guys doing teardown videos. So yes, I am not a pro. I am like you, just a fan that has watched teardown videos. So, now they do include the lanyard slot, which is nice. Now let's see if I can figure out where I need to grab. Usually something like around here. Is there any obvious place? I don't see any obvious place, so. Don't want to destroy anything, but it turned itself on. That's the problem when you do something like this. You want to make sure it's off. Okay, go back off. All right. That power button could foil me, but let's find out. Let me see here. This is definitely going to be interesting. I don't want to break it, because what if I break the component that it attaches to? They really don't make it easy. There's no like pop-out area. Guess this is my best bet, is the lanyard port. There we go. Well, there we are. Just have to be a little bit more brave than I was being. There we go. Making good progress here. Whoa, got a ribbon cable attached. I don't know why that needs to be attached, but all right. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just start taking stuff off. Remember, if I can do this and it turns back on afterwards, you can too, because, well, I am like you. I am not a pro. I cannot solder or do any of that more advanced stuff. There we go. And then this little guy. Put them side by side. It's a vibration motor, apparently. Okay, let me just see if I can't get this battery. Yeah, I'm afraid to do that. Let me try to drop my nail. Thank you for being here for the operation. I'm guessing because they have it taped down pretty well that they don't intend for the battery to come up, so we won't force our hand. Let's tape. Okay, interesting. And if TrimUI is watching this, you know, hey, buddies, thanks for the device, and hopefully your device is still working when I'm done. If not, then that's maybe a sign that you should make it a little bit more user repairable. Which seems like what you try to do since you offer the buttons and everything on your website. Okay, so there's that. I'm guessing that's the TMR. Yep. All right, let's see what we got going here. Okay. Empty bag. All right, so we got some shoulder buttons, new D-pad, new face buttons, new function button, looks like volume. So this housing looks like it's supposed to come off. Maybe it's only supposed to come off one time. Maybe that's why they do it that way. Let's find out. And let me see here. So they do give us new housing, but I don't know why, because the housing is the same color. All right, interesting. I thought that I had seen, maybe I'm crazy. Wouldn't be the first time. Could have sworn I saw that, but it doesn't look like I was looking correctly. So we'll just put the TMR sticks back in. All right. What's a teardown without some drama, right? Of course, self-admitted, the drama is my fault, but you know. I remember when TrimUI sent me the brick hammer, they were asking if I was into DIY, and I said, well, I haven't done anything DIY, but that doesn't mean I'm not interested in it, I just don't have any exposure to it. So they didn't send me the DIY stuff. All right. Well, keep commenting, Brainbeat. I told you that I believe the setting is during low interaction. So keep commenting posts. And yeah, I mean, only way to learn is to try, I guess, right? So learn as we go. You know what they say, the best learning tool is failure. So I don't want to fail, but if I do, it'll be a great learning experience. Whoop. And like I said, if I can do it, then you can pretty confidently think, well, then you could probably do it too. At least they're all Phillips head screws. None of them are like Torx screws or anything silly like that. So, you know, if this was made by Apple, it would be all sorts of confusing. All right. Now we need to take off the shoulder buttons. And can you guys look on their website, on TrimUI's website, and look at this kit and tell me, do the thumbsticks, does it look like it comes with the thumbsticks? Like the white or gray or whatever color you're buying? Or is it just me? Because I thought I'd remember seeing the thumbsticks were included. I see the housings, but I don't see the thumbsticks themselves. Okay, move you up here. So you can imagine if I had made this a video, I'd make it all look easy, but since this is a live stream, you're getting the real deal experience from someone that has the same skill set as most people watching. Okay, move you up there, beautiful. Gonna have to figure out how these work. Looks like there's a ton of screws around here too. Hui. So let me see here. Not the easiest thing in the world. Definitely not the easiest thing in the world. Trying to figure this out. How to get this little guy off. And I am not sure. Oh, I bet you that now that I look at this, I'm sure this is the ground. Now that I think about it. But how do I get these off without breaking it? I don't think I've seen anyone do this in a video, so... Anyone have any suggestions? Anyone want to give some friendly suggestions? afraid to break something here. So let me try push maybe that down and then this up. So if you look, if we look here, this is currently what I'm looking at, right? So actually, well, this would be what I'm looking at, but so that's obviously seated in there, and then it looks like these are rockered into there too. Okay. So I'm not sure how to get these out without breaking whatever I'm attached to. TrimUI, if you watch this, it'd be great if you gave like a little tutorial video or come on. I am so afraid to break something, as you guys can all understand. But I feel like I have to take these off. Because I feel like I have to take these off to be able to remove the daughter board. Alright, well, let's just give it a try. Maybe I'm crazy and maybe they just come off easier once you take off some screws. Doesn't seem right to me, but you know, stranger things have happened. There we go. And is there another screw holding down this daughter board? I don't see one. I don't want to take off the, I guess I have to get to the other buttons. So, boy. Now, Brainbeat, you understand why I decided to wait. Sounds great. Gonna do some surgery. Replace some buttons. But it sure is nerve-wracking. No, no advice before you go? Okay, okay, Brainbeat. Have a great night, buddy. I know it's late for you in Oz. All right. Oh, there's another. I think that might be not needed to take off, but hey, let's find out. There's an Australian I watched that does these types of videos, but not on handhelds, but on computers. I still wonder what that pad is for, but that's all right. Let's find out. Can I? Sure, don't make it easy. I think I might need to remove these two screws too that are maybe attached to the screen. I don't know. But let's just keep going. The teardown is always the thing that takes the most time compared to the putting it back together part. Okay, so remember, little ones attached to the metal shielding. I don't know if I need to take that out first. Let's just try taking out the memory card first. Maybe that's holding it in. Nope, that's not holding it in, but not a bad idea. Put you up here, buddy. I'm just afraid to pry too hard. As I'm sure anyone watching can understand why I would be too afraid to pry too hard. And since this motherboard isn't, like, the battery's not on top of it, it's quite thin here. Feels like it's glued down, but I wouldn't think it would be. Like, I could understand the battery being glued down in other parts, but the whole motherboard? Let me just see if I can't get this. And this is attached to the board, so it should be fine. The daughter board. Maybe there's a battery here that I'm not seeing underneath this. There's a ribbon cable. TrimUI, my friends, what have you done? You made it easy to get into. So thank you for that. But what good is it to get into easily if you can't take it apart? I mean, I want to get to this, but that's under here, and this is pinched under here, and I think, no, I don't see a screw, so that's good, but I can't figure out how to get this guy off. I don't want to break anything. I'm confident that I can remove this and get to the D-pad if I can remove these. Is there something else holding it in place? I don't know. Doesn't seem like there would be. You know, it's the problem is this is pinched in. So it's like I almost have to break them, but not the thing it's in, to be able to get them off. Get them off. Let's see here. Come on. Will my other pliers work better? Kind of a flat edge, but I don't know if I can get in. Or tweezers, rather. Did I say pliers? There we go, I got that one. Whew. Of course, there's a screw there too. All right, and then, see, it doesn't hurt to have another pair of pliers that, or pliers, I said it again, tweezers. There we go. All right. Appreciate whoever's still here, your patience watching this, even if you're probably laughing at me. And I don't blame you, I'd probably be laughing at myself too. Okay. Of course, then there's a screw here too. Oh, geez, guys. Can you not figure out how to do this without so many screws? If you want this to be a DIY project. And I know I'm going to be mixing up batteries or screws here, but that wasn't my intent, but I can't help it. Okay, let's see here. There we go. I think I can reuse this because it's black, but it's hidden. So, should be fine. All right, so. Ooh, don't want to do that. All right, let's see here. Okay, so take it out and, all right. Where are we at? Pop back into these guys. The nice face buttons here. Okay, good. Let me see if I can't push out my friend here. I don't know what that sound was, but okay. Might have to take out the D-pad first, I don't know. Let's try. Again, TrimUI, I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're shaking your head at me. But how do I get that out? Seems like you've pinned it in there pretty well. I don't understand. What am I supposed to do here? I didn't mean to take that off, but that's all right. There we go. Definitely not easy, but that is my right button. Which one are you? Are you right or left? You are right. All right. Well, all right. You're the right one. So let's just go ahead and slide you back in. There we go. All right. And then let's grab the D-pad here. Okay. All right. Oh, I forgot these guys too. You are triangle, so let's go with triangle. I can see why their buttons are so quiet now. They do a great job of having the silicone bits and bobs here to deaden the sound, which I do appreciate. That is one of my favorite things about TrimUI handhelds is the quiet buttons. I am not a fan of loud clicky buttons. I know some people love it. Okay, there we go, got that one. And then let's get the minus guy. Hopefully I'm not going to break anything while I'm moving stuff around here. Let's see, which one are you? Are you the right one? Yes, you are, okay. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. Oh no, I think I broke something. Probably. But the only way to find out is to put it back together. This doesn't feel right now. So yeah, there should be something connecting that, I would think, but maybe I'm just crazy. As you all now know, I am definitely crazy. But I'm doing this for you. So if you're not handy, if you're like me, you'll know if this is something you should do or not. Wouldn't you rather have someone else make the same mistake, make the mistake for you? Do. Let me just see, is there any other screws? I don't think so. Let me just see if I can't. There must be a hidden screw somewhere. Because like this side feels like it wants to come up. But I don't see any other hidden screw, unless it's hidden under that. Huh. Or if it's hidden under the heat shield, then I really won't be happy. But because I got buttons I want to replace here. And I haven't been able to get my shoulder button back far enough. I am thinking I have killed my device. Honestly, at this point. All right, Ethan, have a good night, buddy. With the Aussie guys tapping out. The boys from down under. Yeah, see, I don't think that's supposed to come off. I could be wrong, but I don't think that they are supposed to. Okay, I think I got that one. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let go of the screw. This daughter board, too, is... Oh man, this one lifted up. Probably because I haven't screwed it back in. Come on, silicone. Oh boy, 30 minutes? All right, well, I got about 30 minutes to go before I have to go. And if I have to go and it's not back together, well, that's not a good thing. Not just because it's less entertaining, but because, yeah, then you can't see the finish. Either way, whenever I do the sub $100 Battle Royale, if it's dead, I will graciously show you my dead handheld. So you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, see, that one was in there pretty well. This one, not so much. Need to figure that one out. But first, let's just proceed. Maybe I'll learn something insightful by removing this daughter board. And yes, if you don't know, when they're not attached to the main board, they're considered daughter boards. That's why motherboard and daughter board. Two females. Let's see if I can't get in there. No. What about over here? Can I get in over here? I am really sorry if you're still watching this. But again, I never professed to be a professional at this. This was to show you, if I can do it, you can do it, and if I can't, you shouldn't. Unless you are much more handy than I am. Which I would wager many, many people are much more handy than I am. I remember working account management in Canada, and one of my friends, Trevor, would be like, oh yeah, I just got to go home and fix this or do this at my house. I'm like, I have no idea how to do any of that stuff. So no, I'm not Mr. Do It Himself. Normally, I would normally just take it to a pro. I mean, can't be just that and then lift up this one. There has to be something that I can do to lift up the whole thing. But yes, TrimUI, seriously, if you're watching this, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, please make it easier to take apart. Or give a video, like a QR code to a video on how you expect us to be able to do this. Ideally in English. Again, I don't know why you'd be watching at this point, but if you are, TrimUI, that's my ask of you, please. Yes, I'm sorry, I know it's not riveting TV on your phone or otherwise to hear me thinking, tapping my phone and everything else. Also, I mean, if I need to remove the battery, I wish you would make it was easy to remove the battery. I don't know if I do need it, but it seems like I do. Okay, I've got this part of it up, at least. Okay. Is there some type of clasp that makes it easy to remove this? I've torn my little nail here. Now I have the board up. Oh great, I think I just dropped a screw. Oh boy. Should have been working on a desk that has a lip, huh? At least I've made progress on some areas. As far as I can tell, it should just pop up, but there we go. Now, if you're watching all this time, you would know why I changed the order from Teardown and software to software and Teardown. All right, so okay. Can you go into your little hole? All right, there we go. Got that one in. Do I have the little home button? Or do I keep that one in? It looks like I keep that one in, so we're not going to bother that one. All right, and volume. Oy. All right, volume. Okay, volume. Volume. This is definitely much harder than the ROG Ally X teardown was to upgrade the sticks. So as of now, I would tell you, if you want to upgrade your device, take it to a shop to do it. unless you're just doing the CrossMix update that I did, then, you know, don't worry about it. But if you're trying to do something like I'm trying to do, 1Y and 2Y, those would be the questions I would be asking you. Why and why? Because, yeah. Okay, let me make sure I have this guy here. All right, so I do. So I need to figure out how to get him out so I can push in this one. Okay, so I have it this way, which is the right way, okay? Yes, unless you are fairly tech savvy, i.e. more tech savvy than me, do not try this at home. It seems like it's going to be easy, but then you get in and you're like, oh, geez, this isn't easy. And these little wires are very fragile. Makes it all the more nerve-wracking, because I hope I don't pinch them and break them. Because I like this handheld. It is one of my favorite handhelds. As was the original. Okay, there we go. Got it. All right, so got that part. Good. Still haven't gotten this or this. And then I have to reattach that too. Okay. So what about these buttons? I think that these are done. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. So we're gonna try to put the motherboard back in its place. It's not perfectly lined up, is it? Oh, man. All right, so so if you're still watching, thank you. But what do you think? What do you think my likelihood of success is? Give me a percentage right now. I won't be hurt if you say 3%, because I would probably say 3%. Yes, 3, not 30. Because I don't know if I've broken anything at the moment. And that's a big problem. But it is what it is. Oops, I think maybe this is the wrong one was here. I think it's this one. No, I don't think this is it. I think I was right, okay. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see, I think that this screw was a different one. I'm thinking that this might have been this one. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. All right. Again, thank goodness for this magnetic tipped screwdriver. I think this was part of the Mech DIY's kit for my ROG Ally X. Okay, and then I think you are this one. So yeah, remember, the main board is a motherboard, and the secondary boards are sister boards, or daughter boards rather. I think all those years ago, someone was trying to show his wife appreciation. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Now that we have that in place, I don't know where to go. Because I still have to figure out how to get this guy to hit this switch. You know? Come on, go back in there. Hi. To quote my wife, hi. That's a Thai thing. Come on, go back. Okay, there's that. Come on. TrimUI, this is not easy. I think it looks better, but okay, so got that. Now I need a screw. A nice screw, please. I think it's this one. There we go. Let's see, am I right? I could be very wrong, but let's find out. Together, shall we? Beautiful. Whether that's the right screw or not, I don't know. But, oh no, I think I needed to screw this screw in there. Oh, jeez. I think that's what I was supposed to do. My goodness. Okay. All right. See, I told you I am not a pro. So if you got a couple hours and you're kind of tech savvy, you might want to try this. But anyway, I think that one goes into here. Okay. I think I got it. Okay. And then, if memory serves me correctly, which it probably doesn't. Ah, yes, okay. I'm making progress. Okay. And actually, I think that screw is supposed to go there. But now I've used it, so actually, I see that those. Well, let me get these back in there too, I guess. Okay, and then where's my other small little guy? There's my other small little, one of my other small little guys. Whoops. See, again, if this wasn't magnetized. Oh, buddy. Okay, I think that's good. I know that they're different, but at this point, I don't care. I should, but I don't. All right, so then this guy goes here. Okay, so I think that these, because they're the longest, or no, they probably go on the back shell. Yeah. I could have done a lot better job on this. But that's why I'm doing this, so you don't have to. And you don't have to wonder, can I do this? You can watch me and know if this is something that you want to take on for yourself. And I don't blame you if the answer to that question is no, I don't want to take that on. I would not blame you in the slightest. Or maybe it is supposed to be those longer ones. I don't know. Let's just try it. You know, the way I look at it is you only live once, right? Gotta try things and learn from them. It's okay if you make a mistake. Don't fret about making mistakes in life, because you learn more from your mistakes. They're not always the easiest things to take at the time, but this is how we learn the most. Guessing that one probably wasn't the right screw, but hey. All right, let's see here, and then we need another screw over here. I don't know why that's there, because you can't do anything with it, but sure. All right, so there we go. Screws are sticking to it because it's magnetic. All right. I guess that's the best I can do on that one. Let's try it on this one. Oh, wait. See, that's what I'm scared of, is these long screws. I'm fairly confident are supposed to go here. Are these the same length? Yeah, they are. Okay, so let's just try this one. All right, well, looks like I'm going to have to set everything to the side and finish this off camera. Not my plan, but I thought I could get this done in less than 2 hours. So I guess the Battle Royale video. And I'll also show this at the other upcoming video on Saturday, so you can see if I've actually finished it. Well, I'm upgrading the buttons, 6th gen gamer. Believe it or not, I'm trying to upgrade the buttons. So, yeah, I'm trying to do what TrimUI sells the buttons for. And since they don't give any type of instructions, I'm just trying it to... I wish it was just for educational purposes, though, buddy. I really do. There goes my screwdriver. Ah. Ah. Do you have any experience tearing things down, 6th gen gamer? Okay, let me try if I can see if I can't grab it. Come on. Yeah, I know you're undone. Come on. Hey, oh, let's see here. Come on, there we are. I think they all go in there. Okay, so I'm gonna need some longer ones over there now. All right. Only PCs. Yeah, before now the only one I had experience on was my ROG Ally X that I did a video on. I've watched other people tear down PCs and handhelds, but I've never done it myself until now. Just kind of like my channel, you know. My first video was the first time I had ever edited a video in my life. Because why not? Live and learn, so... Yeah. I'm hoping that too. My Conquer Pocket Fit B-Duck edition should be here hopefully soon. I have like 3 or 4 handhelds currently en route, including the RP6, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 edition, with the D-pad up top because, well, I like D-pads up top. And as much as I make these videos for everyone else, I still need to be able to enjoy playing the handheld myself. I think that'll work, but okay. Anyways, let's go back over here. Can I get... There we go. That one's on. And yeah, that's not on because I screwed up. Okay, so I think either way, I am going to have to end this video here. I hate to leave, but yeah, the B-Duck edition looks like it should look great in person in color and on the videos, so we'll see. But yeah, I need to go, sadly, with my device still needing quite a bit of assembly required, so I guess I'm going to be busy tonight. But I am not going to keep this stream going while I do other things. But feel free to watch earlier. I did do the comparison of the stock OS versus the CrossMix OS custom firmware. All right, yeah. I hate to leave it like this, but I need to go for now. Thanks, bud. I hope you have a great rest of your day as well. And I will talk to you soon. And I'll end this video as I usually do. Swati tuk konkret. Until next time, this has been P. Nick.